Welcome back to the channel. The cooperative sector needs stronger scaffolding and a holistic framework. It has a new ministry now. The cooperatives are truly grassroots people-based movements. They seem to be omnipresent, impacting most of India's rural economy and touching almost every rural life. They are a vital component of the ease of living in the rural landscape, enhancing both value and viability across every transaction. Our policymakers have largely been indifferent to the development of the sector. The register of cooperatives that oversees the sector has neither the capacity nor the resources to contribute effectively. They suffer from the pretense of the knowledge on the other hand, compounded by apathy on the other. They have no skin in the game. The very nature of the administrative setup and the complex and high-headed structure often governs badly and undermines the implementation. Aiming the outcome, the cooperative ecosystem is politicized. One may even be forgiven for believing it to be a political entity and not a social economic one. The states own the sector, accept no accountability, takes no responsibility, partly because of the inherent adequacy, but largely because of the torpidity and negligence of the nourisher. The cooperative framework is broken, its foundation is fragile, the architecture is obsolete, it perches on a frail grinder. However, and despite it, the sector continues to contribute to the rural economy, anchoring the aspirants and the aspiration of the poor, serving the deprived. Cooperatives are often sold the service provider in many rural communities, especially in the poorest district. They are invariably the first call for the financial services, the preferred choice for housing and several other basic needs. It has the potential to be economic multiplier. Those who have been protesting against the farm bill must be lesson or two from the cooperative model anywhere by integrating by the several parts of the value chain, supply and purchases, sales and investment. Cooperative reduced cost per unit compared to their individual counterpart, allowing the entire community to enhance the value of their investment and effort. The thriving cooperative sector will check, even counterbalance, the job crisis where the farm sector throws millions out of the low productivity, low wage informal sector. Their contribution is staggering. They support livelihood opportunities to over 60% of the rural workforce, produce a third of the sugar. The primary agriculture cooperatives are prime lenders, covering almost every rural block, lubricating grassroots level credit flow. The policymaker must deepen the core ethos of the sector, which mirrors Mahatma Gandhi's Swaraj Abhijan, while focusing on effectiveness and impact. The cooperative can thrive only if the business and social goals of the members are intertwined. Changing the model to fixate one at a cost of the other will erode the character. The profit sharing and social responsibility is pivotal to the poverty eradication and social mobility. Similarly, integrated and family-centered employment model bolsters the gender equality, enhance the role and recognize the contribution of women. The newly set up ministry's agenda must be guide them to move from a political socio entity and nourish their emergence as a thriving social economic enterprise. It must ensure the transparent effective accounting and capital standards, and strengthen their access to the low-cost fund for expansion. The ministry must govern and guide, not direct, not overreach. It must be a catalyst and not the command center for the sector. It must be proliferate the true spirit, co-opt the ethos that seek maximizing benefit for each stakeholder, not profit. It must be equally vigilant. The sector has become an instrument for patronage and pilferage, mismanaged and politicized. How one can teach someone leadership? That question came to someone again and again. One can teach people skills, behavior, and processes that would make them better managers to head the business from project to companies or even group of companies. But leadership, often mistaken with managerial excellence, is a different playing field altogether. It is a known fact that across the world, huge sums of money are spent by corporates to teach and train the leadership with very little lasting effect on incumbents going through the process. Primarily because leadership is a self-incubated. It is an inner-driven process. Leaders are people who engender the forces within which, when manifested, inspire others to follow. A close look at the lives of leaders, both famous and infamous across geographies, areas of competence, levels in the leadership, throws up three characteristics that are common to most if not all. The first and most powerful characteristics in their appetency for the learning. Lifelong learners, they have an insatiable thirst that they quench from the multitude of sources. They read voraciously and learn from the lives of other leaders. They passionately study the area of their interest. They observe with great inquisitiveness matter of cultures, society, and environment, whether their own or that which others exist in. Their hunger for learning is so small and consuming that the lines between normal and informal education is often blurred. The two most important features that they are extinguishable curiosity and humanity. Even the most arrogant leaders, when they seek knowledge, are willing to go grassroots level or got it. No wonder stories about to king dressing up as commoners to understand their lives and marketing head of the large automaker sitting at the roadside stall to understand the problem of. The second important aspect in their ability to reflect both on innings that seem important to them as well as themselves, to the extent that they can be self-critical without being a self-deprecating. Reflection is almost an extension of their quest for knowledge. They are all aware that they need to spend time with themselves to help them connect the dots and evolve their own world view of things. Often emanating their thought is unique, and their conviction comes from the strength of this reflection. Seeking feedback is an integral part of this reflection and can be in groups or individuals. Coaches' role is important to guiding these processes. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.